Janet Mock. Janet Mock, born March 10, 1993, is an American writer, television host, director, producer, and transgender rights activist. Her debut book, the memoir Redefining Realness, became a New York Times bestseller. She is a contributing editor for Mary Claire and a former top editor of People magazine's website. Janet Mott was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, the second child in the family. Her father, Charlie Mott III, is an African American, and her mother, Elizabeth, is of half Portuguese descent, part Asian descent, and part native Hawaiian descent. Mock lived for most of her youth in her native Hawaii, with portions in Oakland, California. And Dallas assigned Miley both. Mock began her transition as a freshman in high school and funded her medical transition by earning money as a sex worker in her teens. At the age of 15, Janet Mock was introduced to the word sex work. Mock says, I went dressed up with my friends. We hung out with older girls. And when I say older girl, I was 15 and some of them were 18 to 20, 25. But they were right years ahead of us in terms of their identities and their own transitions of their confidence in bodies. Proclaiming themselves and to one another. It was deeply a space of sisterhood and socializing for me. The sex worker experience as the brings deep sadness was her means of survival as a trans person of color. She played volleyball in high school as thought of she had bonded ever with her childhood friend Winnie, who helped Janet express her femininity. Mark explains that when she first met Wendy, she asked if Mark was a Mahu. Mark describes Mahu as a label of those who live outside of the gender binary. She also added that her hula instructor at the time was a male or trans woman. She chose her name Janet after Janet Jackson. She was the first person in her family to go to college. She underwent gender confirming surgery in Thailand at the age of 18 in the middle of her first year in college. Milk earned a Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Merchandising from the University of Hawaii at Manoa in 2004 and a Master of Arts in Journalism from the New York University in 2006. After graduating from New York University, Monk started working at People magazine, where she was a staff editor for more than 5 years. Her career in journalism shifted from the editor to media advocate, who she came out publicly as a trans woman in 2011 Marie Claire article, written by Kero Mayo as Mark's voice. Mark took issue with how the magazines represented her by stating that she was born and raised as a boy. She says she was always a girl. Mark said I was born in what doctors proclaim is a boy's body. I had no choice in assignment of my sex at birth. By genital reconstructive surgery did not make me a girl. I was always a girl in 2014 while promoting her book, Redefining Realness. She reiterated that she did not choose the Mary Claire article title and found it to have many problems. The editor of the piece, Lee Goldman, will later tweet in support of Mock. To be fair, I do recall Janet Mock and Ken Mayo taking issue with our Mary Claire hate. I was born a boy, I went with anywhere. Regrets Meg became a contributing editor at Mary Claire, where she has written articles about racial representation in film, television, as well as trans women's presence in a global beauty industry. In 2012, Moog started a Twitter hashtag to empower transgender women called Girls Like Us to see attention to several queer media cities. Also in 2012, she gave the Winter commencement keynote speech honoring LGBT students at the University of Southern California and delivered the commencement address at Windsor College in 2015. She also served as a co-chair, nominee, and presenter at 2012 Glide Media Awards. In June 2013, Mock joined the board of directors of the Orcas Foundation, a charitable foundation focused on great APE conversation on LGBT rights. Mock lives in New York City. She married photographer Aaron Treadwell in 2015. The couple filed with divorce in February 2019. In February 2014, Mock joined Piers Morgan live on CCN for a face-to-face interview. After the show aired, the interview resulted in a Twitter feud between the Piers Morgan live team and Mock. She accused him of sensationalizing her life by focusing on her personal and physical life instead of her new book, Redefining Realness. Mark told BuzzFeed that Morgan did not really want to talk about trans issues. He wants to sensationalize my life and not really talk about work that I do it. What the purpose of me writing this book? Me about Morgan received criticism from the LGBTQ community, resulting in Mark seeking invitation into the show. Morgan attempted to understand the root of the criticism as Mark explained the problem with the way trans people and their lives are represented in mainstream media.